From the ski resort of Snowshoe, nestled in the Allegheny Mountains, West Virginia played host to the final round of the UCI Mercedes-Benz Mountain Bike World Cup and the last short track race of the year. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot came into the race as the new world champion, but it was Kate Courtney and Jolanda Neff who were battling it out for the overall.
I'm in front now and it couldn't be better. So I want to do a good race and I just have to be in front of Kate, and I think the further to the front I am, the better it will be.
I do best in situations where I just get to go out and race for the win, and that's what I have to do this weekend. And if it doesn't work out, okay, but if it does, I'm sure that I'll be fighting and giving it my all.
Whilst Kate had home advantage, it was Jolanda who asserted herself from the gate. Neff charged into an early lead, setting the pace. Courtney settling in behind her with Ferrand-Prévot and Jenny Rissveds in hot pursuit. As they passed through the centre of Snowshoe, Kate Courtney pulled into pole position, certainly buoyed by the home crowd, as Jolanda Neff uncharacteristically fell away from the leading group. Courtney, Terpstra and Rissveds began to put some space between themselves and the chasing pack. The lead exchanged multiple times as Ferrand-Prévot joined them. Jolanda fell further behind. Averting potential disaster, Rissved's brief slip didn't appear to cost her as the Olympic champion was swiftly back to Courtney's wheel. Now in 14th place, Jolanda was slipping further down the field as Pauline Ferrand-Prévot took the lead once more. Rebecca McConnell had been picking off the opposition as she climbed to fourth. The tension was growing, and as the principal group approached the final lap, Rissveds attacked. Jenny Rissveds extended her sizable lead as Pauline Ferrand-Prévot jumped Courtney on the incline. But she didn't have the legs to catch Rissveds as she crossed the line to take her first career short track win.
It's amazing because when we went for this training lap, like an hour before the start, everyone were just cheering like, "Go Jenny, hey, we're so glad you're back," and it's so cool.
Although Pauline Ferrand-Prévot came in second, Kate Courtney had done what she'd needed to do, finishing third and well ahead of Neff.
I think for me, right now, it's really focusing on getting my best performance. I think it's easy to get distracted all season by other riders and race conservatively. And I think when I had the lead, I was doing that a bit, just trying to finish near her. And this weekend for me, it's about racing my best and going for the win, which is when I do best.
It was a good race for the Americans. Courtney, Chloe Woodruff and Leah Davison all in the top 7. Jolanda's 16th place finish will see her start a line back come Sunday. But it could have been worse news for Jolanda Neff. She still retains top spot in the race for the overall, but now only 20 points separate her and Kate Courtney. What a race Sunday will be. Winner takes all. The Mercedes-Benz UCI Mountain Bike World Cup was welcomed in Snowshoe for the first time in its history. The 2019 overall title to be decided this weekend on US soil. Newly crowned world champion Nino Schurter came into this race comfortably in control of the overall. A top 6 finish today, and he would wrap up his season before Sunday's Olympic distance had even begun. However, should Nino fall outside those parameters, the title chase could be kept alive until Sunday by Brazilian Henrique Avancini.
Maybe today, let's say, if I do something different, but I think it's a slightly different course to a few other short tracks that we had this season. So it's going to be a good fight today.
As the course bottlenecked, the pace began to slow. French riders Victor Koretsky and Titoine Calot leading into the forest. The pace was subdued, the women's field recording a faster first lap. Nino Schurter, still sporting the rainbow jersey, flirted with pole position on occasion, but it was André Sink who was largely leading the wheel-to-wheel line of the world's best. Mathieu van der Poel's absence was felt, as the only rider in the field to have won a short track race this season was Avancini, and the Brazilian was comfortably holding third. Jordan Sarrou did well to stay in touching distance of the leading pack, 3 Frenchmen in the top 10 coming into lap 5, but it was still Sink who was doing all the work. As the final lap drew close, Schurter attacked, Avancini holding his wheel and Sink trying to keep pace. But as I turned into the grassy incline, disaster struck for Avancini as his bike slipped from under him and he was forced to run on foot. Ultimately, the mistake would cost him the race. Not that it took away from Schurter's amazing effort, the Swiss finishing his year with his first ever short track win and taking the overall title in spectacular fashion. Last week, a world champion. This week, the 2019 UCI World Cup overall winner, claiming his 7th World Cup overall title before Sunday's race had even begun.
Yeah, I'm super happy to win actually also my first short race. I always struggled a bit with the short distance, but today I had awesome legs. But it's amazing winning first short track, and overall, yeah, super stoked.
So the results. Nino is top of the pile and 3 French in the top 10, as Carew and Sarrou claim 2nd and 3rd respectively. And Avancini's costly mistake leaves him in 8th. Schurter might have the title wrapped up, but 2nd place is Avancini's to win with the absence of Mathieu van der Poel. 5th place, the final podium spot, is still up for grabs.